team, I hope you're all well. Today I am here to announce the first readathon, which is round 10, I can't believe we're at round 10 already, of the final book support group for 2024. It will be in January. I did ask you guys in the last, I think it was the last announcement, when you would like to have the first one, whether you would want it to be in January or whether you would want it to be in February, and you were all very clear on the fact that you would like to kick the year off with a bang. So we are going to be doing it in January. It is going to be a 3-day round from Friday the 12th of January through till Sunday the 14th of January. So Friday, Saturday and Sunday. There will be sprints on each of those days, and I'm really excited to kick the year off with a bang. So I hope you are as well. I have done a bingo board. Let me scooch over so that you guys can see this. And I have added a new prompts this time that we haven't done before. Usually these prompts do just get rotated with some other prompts in and out, but I've added a new one this year because the final book support group readathon will cross over with my F1 readathon that week. So in November I did do a special edition week-long F1 readathon called the Box Readathon, in which we focus on subscription box books, and I have decided to do it the same week of the final book support group readathon. This is very confusing. Of the final book support group readathon. So for my patrons, we will be doing the readathon from the Monday right through till the Sunday, and we will be focusing on subscription box books. So on that basis, the first prompt on this bingo board will be a subscription box sequel. Now I feel like this is a really good prompt because even if you don't get subscription boxes, you know what books are in subscription boxes. So if you have a sequel to a book that was featured in a subscription box, you can read that. It will count. So even if you don't get subscription box books, you can still take part in this prompt. I say the same thing to my patrons. If they don't have subscription box books, they can have a quick gander through all of the different subscription boxes that there is, and they can find a book that will be on their TBR that was featured in a subscription box, and it still counts. So this one works really well. I think for this one I am thinking potentially the Lights of Jade Legacy. It was featured in the Illumicrate box. They did a special edition of it. I'm also thinking the Shadow Cabinet, the Heart of the Sun Warrior, because I haven't read that one yet, and that is a duology, so I should finish that one off. And maybe Foxglove as well, the second one to the Adeline Grace series, Belladonna. So there are many different ones that you could go for this, but I feel like this is a really good prompt, and I'm glad that I've been able to kind of incorporate it, even though the Box readathon is not part of the F1 readathon, and it is for my patrons only. If you wanted to join us on that, you don't need to know anything about F1 at all. It's just that we are kind of F1 themed as far as Patreon is concerned. So yeah, that is the first prompt. The second prompt is the usual staple of graphic novel, manga or novella. So this is a pretty easy one, I think, and I do like that this one gets repeated because it's a nice easy prompt. I always like to start with this prompt because it gives me a quick sense of achievement as well with these readathons. So nice, easy, usual staple prompt for us: graphic novel, manga or novella. Then we have share your TBR on socials. So this can be Instagram, Twitter, in the Discord, on TikTok. If you wanted to, feel free to share it wherever you would like. If you do share it on Instagram or Twitter, feel free to tag the final book support group because we are on both of those. The Discord link will also be in the description box down below, as well as our Twitter and Instagram. And I am also on TikTok, so if you wanted to tag me in something on TikTok as well, I will leave a link to my TikTok in the description box down below, so feel free to do that. Then we have an anticipated sequel, so something you're really looking forward to. For me, again, Foxglove would work for this, by Adeline Grace. I'm very much anticipating that sequel. So similarly, going back very quickly to, this also works for anticipated sequel, but going back to the subscription box sequel prompt, you can read the likes of like Iron Flame, for example. It is being featured in the Fairy Loot box, so although you don't have the copy yet, it will work. So if you're getting a copy of a book that is being featured in a subscription box but hasn't come out yet, you can still do that. Just as an example, it was here and I spotted it out the corner of my eye, so thought I would mention that. So even if you don't have the book in your hand yet, but you are getting it, it still counts. Then in the middle we do have final book. This used to be a free circle, but I have now changed it to final book on the basis that that's kind of the whole point of the readathon. Although this is an all year round kind of support group, I do like to support reading final books throughout the readathons, because I feel like they're a good opportunity to be like, okay, we have this amount of time, let's focus on this, just final books for this. But you don't have to do that, but I do like to encourage it. Then we have poll pick. Let everybody else choose what you are going to read for one of your books, not all of them. You can do it for all of them if you want to, but for one of your books you can do this as an Instagram story, you can drop it in the Discord, you can do it on Twitter. So feel free to do a poll pick. You can also do this as a spinner wheel if you would rather do it that way. So feel free to kind of interpret that how you would like. Then take part in a sprint. As mentioned, there will be sprints throughout the weekend. I will probably do Friday evening sprints and then daytime sprints Saturday and Sunday. So join us for some of the sprints. Even if you only take part in one sprint, it counts. You can tick it off your bingo board. Then do some self-care. Again, another staple for the bingo board. This can come in whatever form that works for you. If reading is self-care for you, absolutely fine, tick it off the list. Light a candle, go for a walk, have a bath, treat yourself to a takeaway, have a glass of wine, whatever you fancy, whatever is a treat for you, treat yourself. Have some self-care. And then last but by no means least, we also have continuation station on here, which I know might contradict the middle one, which is final books, but I like to put it on here so that if you're not 100% focusing on final books, but you are mostly focusing on final books, but you're also focusing on sequels, continuation station works for you. Also, if you're one of the incredible people that has no final books left, kudos to you. But continuation station is the perfect prompt for you. It means that you can continue on some of those series that you have started but you're not quite towards the end of as well. So that is your bingo board. Again, Friday the 12th through till Sunday the 14th for 3 days. Although we will be starting, like, it will kick off all day Friday, I won't be able to do sprints that day, unfortunately, in the daytime, but I will do some in the evening once I get home. But yeah, that is pretty much everything. I did just want to mention as well, because I can't remember if I've mentioned this or not in the last one, but we no longer do the Redbubble merch for Final Book Support Group, or for Daisy and Bee, or for the Balloon Dogs, or anything else that we did on Redbubble. The reason behind this was that although we don't have a lot of input as far as Redbubble is concerned, we literally just put the logo into Redbubble and then a third party makes the items and ships it to you. So we just get a cut of that, but the fees were going up so significantly that our cut was massively reduced, and the amount of time that I was spending on Redbubble a week chasing people down because they'd stolen our designs and having to put in complaints to Redbubble to have those shops taken down. It was taking way too much of my time to police it compared to how much we were actually getting paid for it. So it wasn't worth it to continue, and the fees were going up and going up and going up. And not only that, but we literally had no control over like the colour of the sweaters and stuff. So when it came to summer, I think they go off whatever colour like you initially put in your design. So our Daisy and Bee designs, for example, had some more lighter colours, whereas these ones literally came in darker colours only. And we had a lot of people saying, is there any chance we can get some lighter colour t-shirts or sweaters for summer and things like that, and we had no control over that, unfortunately. So there was a lot of reasons why we decided to do that. So yeah, it is a huge shame that we can't do these anymore, but unfortunately it is what it is, so I do apologise for that. But I just wanted to mention it here. We do, however, still have merch over on Daisy and Bee. These do come in the form of bookmarks, so we do have I Survived the Sequel. I have 99 Problems and 98 of them are sequels. And we also have I Finally Remembered This Book. So you can buy these individually. On the back they do have the Final Book Support Group and Daisy and Bee logos. You can also get loyalty cards from us, in which we encourage you to stamp these every time you finish a sequel and then treat yourself. So we encourage that, and those you can also buy separately. And then we do have the starter packs as well, which has all 3 bookmarks, a loyalty card, and also one of our final book support group stickers as well. So if you wanted to get your hands on any of those, you can do so in our Daisy and Bee shop, which I will leave a link to in the description box down below. We are currently closed for Christmas, however we will be back open on the 8th of January with some new stock as well, with a new stock drop. So yeah, we will be back open on the 8th of January. We do close for Christmas. First of all, the post office is shut, so there's no point in being open. I don't want us to get a bad rep for not posting things over Christmas. Plus it also gives us a break as well. So we have shut the shop now until the 8th of January, but you will be able to get your hands on some of those after the 8th of January. So feel free to check us out over there. Give us a favourite on the shop if you would like to do so. We would truly appreciate it. And that is everything, I think, for this readathon. So thank you so much for your constant support with this endeavour. I truly appreciate it. I absolutely have no idea how long this has been going now. So I truly appreciate your support with it, and I'm so glad that it is continuing. I know as well that this year I did shut down Literature Book Club this year. It just wasn't as fun for me anymore. But please don't have any worries that I am going to shut down the final book support group, because I'm not. I feel like this is the sort of thing that could go on and on and on, because people are always going to have sequels and final books to read. People being me. So don't have any worries that I am going to shut this down. I truly enjoy doing this, and I have a fantastic time with it every single time we do it, and get very excited as well. So please don't have any worries about that. I don't know if anybody's been concerned that because I've shut Literature Book Club down this year, that final book support group will now shut down. I have, however, if you've not seen the Instagram post, just very quickly, I might as well mention it while I'm here, and I am the host of both of them. But I have, however, decided to turn Literature Book Club into a readathon that we will do just twice a year, and you will be getting an announcement in January for the first readathon that will be coming up in 2024 for Literature Book Club. So just in case you're wondering what had happened to the book club and you'd missed the announcements on Instagram or on Twitter, that is what's going on. So don't panic that just because I've shut down Literature Book Club that I am going to be closing down the final book support group. That's not going to happen. The only reason that would happen is if I was to leave YouTube, because obviously I would no longer run it. But I feel like at that point it would be self-sufficient enough that it could just run under its own steam, essentially. But yeah, so all the links will be in the description box down below for the Discord, Twitter, Instagram, my TikTok, Daisy and Bee shop, if you wanted to go and give us a little favourite, and it will let you know when we are back open again in January. And also I will leave a link down there for the bingo board and for some graphics that I've made for your TBR and your red books, and the information of when the readathon is going to be as well. So feel free to check all of that out. There will also be a link down below for the original final book support group video if you wanted to check that out, if you were new here and you wanted to get to the bones of exactly what final book support group is about. There will be that down there as well. So all of the links in the description box down below, and I hope that you will join us. Let me know in the comments down below what you immediately think you might pick up for this first round for 2024. What do you want to kick the year off with a bang with, and I shall see you in whatever comes next. Bye for now.